Stanley Cup Finals rigged. They're $10 million over the cap. They got gifted a playoff team. Do the Golden Knights deserve all this hate? Hey, what's up guys, it's War Wild Rocky. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. The Golden Knights, do they deserve all this hate that they do get from the NHL? They're honestly probably the most hated team throughout the entire NHL, and I don't know why. I can see some of the reasons. People say they were gifted the Stanley Cup, they're gifted a playoff team from the draft, but Seattle had the same exact draft, so like I don't get the correlation there. Just because the Knights made the Stanley Cup Finals the first year doesn't mean they were gifted the playoff team. But I would like to know down below, do you think they deserve all this hate? Do you hate the Golden Knights, and why do you hate the Golden Knights? Or do you like the Golden Knights? Let me know down below, baby. Let me know down below. I'm gonna be going through this to be saying, is this worth the Golden Knights hate? First one is going to be the Knights were gifted a playoff team. Yes, they were gifted a good team, but is it really gifted? Because on the night of the draft, me personally, a lot of people, majority people weren't happy with the results. There's a couple players, yes, Marc-Andre Fleury, stud, Stanley Cup champion with the Penguins. He was a good acquisition for the Knights. But like even like a Jonathan Marchessault, William Karlsson, no one knew these guys. No one knew these guys. Expected Karlsson to put a 40. No one expected this. They were bums on their respective teams. Karlsson was a third liner on the Blue Jackets. Marchessault got no ice time on the Panthers. Shea Theodore, who was Shea Theodore back in the day? Like, who were these players? No one really expected anything until they all got together and wanted to get back at their teams, and actually got instant chemistry. The morale in the locker room was just high off day one because they all are the common denominator. No one wanted them on their teams, so they all planned together to win, and that's exactly what they did. Obviously, they did not win the Stanley Cup the first year, so how could it be rigged? It'd be rigged if they won the first year, but they lost the first year. So like, what's the point of bringing them all the way there just to lose if it was rigged, right? That's just me. Comment down below if you agree. It's just common sense, man. And the Seattle Kraken had the same exact thing, man. Obviously, the Knights weren't in that draft, and people were saying that's against them, but like, come on, man. Why would it make sense after their fifth year to be forced to lose a player already? Doesn't make sense, man. It really doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. People are gonna make any excuse possible when the Knights are winning. When the Knights are losing, they don't care, man. They don't care. But now let's go over the $10 million that they're over the cap. And yes, I do not like that rule as well. The cap is very, very weird in the NHL. I don't like that rule. I don't like how you can be over. I feel like every single game you should not be able to be over cap, and even in the postseason, man. Like regular season, you cannot. But in that, for some reason in the postseason, you can. And I don't like that rule. I get injuries happen, but like people are gonna say, oh, Mark Stone was sitting. No, man, he had a broken back. He was not just sitting there like, oh, yep, I'm healthy, I'm not gonna play. You're not gonna do that, especially your captain. You're not doing that at all. And I know Tampa Bay did that in what, their first Stanley Cup. They did do that as well. So I know I did not like it back in the day. So I do think it should be a rule. You should not be able to go over the cap, especially in playoffs. So keep it the same as the regular season. I agree with you, but it's not like it's just the Knights doing it. Everybody's doing it. If your team's not doing it, your GM sucks. I'm sorry, your GM sucks. And people are saying they don't deserve to be in the Cup Finals. I beg to differ. This team is very, very good. And come on, guys, look at their goalies. Look at their goaltender situation, man. They went into playoffs with Laurent Brossoit and Aiden Hill. Two backup goalies throughout their entire career are one win away from winning a Stanley Cup. Like, that's just crazy, man. They haven't played Jonathan Quick, the two-time Stanley Cup champion, or their guy who was the best in the year, Logan Thompson. Like, they haven't played those two studs, but they were playing their two backup goalies who had been playing like starters. Obviously, Aiden Hill is unreal. I'm not saying he's bad. We were saying he's a career backup, so you can't say, oh my god, they have a Vasilevsky, they don't deserve it. Like, they're playing unreal defense, and really no one's talking about it. Like, their defense, they're buying in on the back end. They're blocking every single shot possible. The depth on this team is crazy. The first line on the Panthers, Kachuk line, is getting locked down by the fourth line, Nick Wall line. Like, you gotta give props to this team, man. William Karlsson, they're all buying in. Even Jack Eichel is buying into the defensive scheme of this team, and it is working. Crazily, man. Cassidy is a very, very good coach, and he got everyone to buy in after missing playoffs last year, and that's exactly what happened. So big ups to them, and the Knights deserve all of this to be in the Stanley Cup Finals, and even to win the cup. They deserve all of it. And hey, defense wins championships, I guess, but teams are going to be following what the Knights are doing. I'm telling you, GMs are going to follow what the Knights are doing. And the last one, which I see the most is that it's rigged for them to win the Stanley Cup this year. Oh, the refs are just leaning towards the Knights. Power plays are power plays, man. I get some of the calls have been brutal. I get it. But I'm telling you, the Knights are not getting, it's not, the refs are not just wanting the Knights to win. No, it's just the depth on the Knights are just overpowering the Panthers. I'm sorry. And they're just playing stupid. I'm being honest. Their discipline is not there. They're playing not their normal game. I know they have some injuries. Kachuk is hurt, but he is coming back for game 5. He did fly to Vegas, but still, Panthers are not playing their brand of hockey that they usually do and what they did in the first 3 rounds. They're getting in the box a lot, and they're just not playing discipline, man. And that's just the common denominator of this series so far. Knights are actually taking advantage of these power plays, which they couldn't do earlier on in the playoffs. They could not score on the power play, but now they are, and they're getting a lot of penalties too. They really are getting a lot of penalties, and it's whatever, man. It is whatever. But Knights deserve to be here. Whatever you guys want to say to put down the Knights win the Stanley Cup, I just say that they're going to win the Stanley Cup, guys. They're up 3-1. A miracle needs to happen. They were down 3-1 before, but I don't see it happening, man. I think the Knights are they're better. They're just the better team. They're just the better team. So I think the Knights deserve this. Over the cap, I do understand that is a L, but the Knights don't deserve this, man. They don't deserve the hate. They don't deserve the hate. And you get their new, and you don't want your team hasn't won in a while or whatever. It's what it is, man. You'll get the time. You'll get your team to the Stanley Cup Finals. Hopefully at some point. But we'll see, baby. Comment down below if you guys do agree. Might be a controversial video. Who knows? Because people really do hate the Golden Knights for some reason, and I'm not for it. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, please drop like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Thank you so much for being here. Much love, and thank you guys. And once again, guys, be great, and I'll see you guys later.